with this where I'm going back to my home.
I will be giving you this one. You see me dancing, so what? You see me jubilating, so what? You see me celebrating, so what? You see me laughing, so what? The blessing got me dancing. That favor got me jubilating. No sickness, no poverty. Glory to glory. Come and see glory, but you don't know my story. You see glory, but you don't know know my story. Your time will come. When I go strong. When I Jehovah. When I go strong. Brothers and sisters, when I go strong. When I Yahweh. When I go strong. See my life. When I go strong. When I go strong. There is no time, there no season to every problems under the heavens. See, every tear you cry, God sees and everything you're going through. He knows everything that's said behind your back. He heard, and the time for your blessing is just a little while. And when He says yes, nobody can say no. When the time is come, baby, don't see my story. Let me see, let me see my story. Mama, let me go. Mama, let me go. Mama, let me go. You will see the goodness of our God. When I go strong. Yeah, just wait, just wait. He's a God of miracles. He's a God of possibility. He will never leave you begging for bread. He will never, never, never forsake you. Yeah, Emmanuel, my God with us. Emmanuel, He's here with us. Emmanuel, go with us. Emmanuel, He's here with us. On God's time, when God's time, when I'm tired with this ram going back to my home.
muna Jesus de la que saga suno mame ma. Can we go la la yi? Muna oba free. Ke wawa fula ganye. Monday, Monday, Monday. Koga fula hobela. Naya be okay. Biakpe ngenye me. Biakpe ngenye me. Biakpe ngenye me. Nagali nangapo.
Just before we go to the next song, Facebook, we have no copyright to the songs play in the background. We are playing this song so that we get our audience motivated and so that they get out of their closet, okay? So we have no copyright. Thank you.
Rich man, don't want to go to me, you go wrong. Challenge to see me, you go wrong. But failure see me, you go baba. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness go see me, you go wrong. But also when I see my best soul, actor when I know my best soul. Cause I'm a beauty baba. I'm a brand new man, I am a king. I'm born again, never the same. Holy one, yes, we never change. The words are everlasting. Holy go fire, fire. I salute to oceans of day. You never let me down again. I'm enjoying my heritage. Don't want to go to me, you go wrong. Challenge to see me, you go wrong. But failure see me, you go baba. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness go see me, you go wrong. But also when I see my best soul, actor when I know my best soul. Cause I'm a beauty baba. I'm from above and not beneath. I'm a victor, I never lose soul. Take a very good at me. I'm walking with on every day. I see my blessings body, treat my body to dancing. I'm teaching my level, you will never see me to struggle. Don't want to go to me, you go wrong. Challenge to see me, you go wrong. But failure see me, you go baba. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness go see me, you go wrong. But also when I see my best soul, actor when I know my best soul. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Holy Ghost fire, Holy Ghost fire, Holy Ghost fire, Holy Ghost fire. Counting my blessing, what's gonna move from behind me? Holy Ghost fire, you don't know me. Ghost fire, Holy Ghost fire. Challenge to see me, you go wrong. Failure see me, you go baba. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness go see me, you go wrong. But also when I see my best soul, actor when I know my best soul. Cause I'm a beauty baba. My God can't tell me, you always with me, you never leave me.
Great song by Rich Man.
By Rich Man, we're gonna go for it one more time, then we go to the clips, okay? Gonna go for it one more time, then we'll go to the clips. New level. New level, new level, new level. One more time, then we'll go to the clips. Come on. Let's get going. Let's get going. Let's get going. One more time, then we'll go to the clips. We are making progress. Everybody work on, okay? Everybody work on. We follow through. Don't worry about it. That's Rich Man. According to Facebook post, this gentleman is so talented. He has just joined us in America. I am sorry if it is not right, but it should be right because I met with them in Liberia. He and his wife, cause I don't want to call name yet, but he's right now in Minnesota, according to what I gather. So he will do better music this time, better than what he's been doing, for sure. All right.
Rich man, I want to see me go wrong. Challenge to see me go wrong. But failure see me go bad. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness go see me go wrong. But also when I see my face so actor when I know my face so. Cause I'm a beauty baba. I'm a brand new man, I am a king. I'm a
brand new man, I'm a king.
Holy one, yes, we never change. The words are everlasting. Holy go fire, fire. I salute to oceans of day. You never let me down again. I'm enjoying my heritage. I want to go see me go wrong. Challenge to see me go wrong. The failure see me go bad. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness go see me go wrong. But also when I see my face so actor when I know my face so. Cause I'm a beauty baba. I'm from above and I believe. I'm a victor, I never lose so. Take a very good at me. I'm walking with on every day. I see my blessings falling, change my body into dancing. I'm changing my level, you never see me to struggle. I want to go to me go wrong. Challenge to see me go wrong. The failure see me go bad. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness go see me go wrong. But also when I see my face so actor when I know my face so. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Holy Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. Counting my blessings. What's gonna move from behind?
Never move from behind us, man.
You don't know me. Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. Challenge to see me go wrong. The failure see me go bad. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness go see me go wrong. But also when I see my face so actor when I know my face so. Cause I'm a beauty baba. My God can't tell me. You always with me. You never leave me.
You here? What are you here in the first place? Where are you?
Look, I came on a radio talk show to have FM. I was invited here. And I came to speak to the Liberian people. The president has endorsed this group. He said we should provide security for ourselves.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
I'm just told that the joint security is scrutinizing your statement that you're going to establish.
The scrutinizing is stealing that open doing.
Are you not afraid?
Afraid of who? Arrest?
Yes.
What are they waiting for?
On the call about one day you might be a picker in the street.
Oh yes, I want to be picker in the street for the Liberian people. Why they can't come now? You will not have police in the mouth to make fun. You saw the people in Lofa County, the war immigration. You know, for CDC behind the police spokesman said he didn't see no people. All of my people you saw. Listen to the president. When the president said he don't know the CDC COP, all of that group you saw.
Do you think the Liberians are listening to what you say? Do you think are they following you?
Then we listen. We want to say to this president, you were elected to govern this country.
Yes.
You were not elected to be selective.
Yeah.
When you become selective, that will happen. You know how long it took the president to make one statement to say arrest? After the change was being put on last, it took him 6 days.
It's better late than never.
Mr. President, to hell with you.
You are always bitter with this president.
Because of the way
are you frank?
with this country.
Do you talk to him sometimes?
Are we being treated fairly in the country? No. The people are hungry in the country.
No.
He want to create a situation where he can be re-elected.
How are you going to maintain the 1,005% or 2,005 you're talking about?
All the people are because you saw what happened on the July 26th. You saw what happened on the July 26th. When the civilians went inside to harass and jump into poor home and were looting things. It was not only the early boys that were affected. Citizens were affected. You didn't see it. They were joking and riot. People using their mouth to make fun of the Liberian people.
This is my honor man your re-election bid on the call back.
You can't do my re-election. I'm already elected. I'm worried about election. I'm already elected. Look, the Liberian people looking for somebody to stand up for them.
Yes.
I want to be killed for the Liberian people.
Exactly.
I want to be arrested for the Liberian
No way, no way. No way.
Never find no man to be brave like this.
Yes.
You see the guys? That 1,200 people making fun.
Are you going to go across the country to recruit people?
1,002 is for Mosorolo County. We will have 1,000 in each county. What they want to do to rig the election will bother with us.
What mandate will you give your men when you train them? What will you tell them to do?
I want our people to tell this president that he was elected for all, not for seditions. We are all human beings. If we didn't vote for you, that doesn't mean we are not Liberian. We are Liberian, right? So provide security for us. You can tell us double, but go to West Point, put CCTV to our house. What's the stable calling you got for double to put CCTV to our house? I mean, let's stop the joking, man. Let's stop it. For them to have full ceremony for those CDC boys, the president said he don't know them. That deception. That's making more people.
Why are you writing more about you left?
You know what I'm saying? We are calling on the people to be peaceful. As soon as the president in charge of this situation, we will go back into and wait to see what happens.
Don't you see this court as an incitement on the part for other people to just say, I'm myself going to train my own or protection or protect the people?
You don't want to say that they can use that. Yeah, when they can, you condemn it. The president has said, provide security for yourself. The president didn't say, so you are journalist, you saw it. Was he under the influence of something? Yes. You were under the influence of something, make you go hard. You need to stop.
How long are you going to continue on this advocacy?
As long as Ambassador we are refused to provide security for the Liberian people, we're going to provide security for ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? We will not sit down here, the people can kill us.
What are you going to be? What are you going to be great way? What are you going to have?
Marshal I, I'm a black belt holder. We will train our boys. I served in the Liberian National Police for 11 years. But self-defense. Self-defense.
I'm sure your colleague who are staying in the force can sometimes call you to tune down your volume.
No, let me tell you, if election was held, all the people who work against Ambassador.
True.
Do they, even the SS people.
Do they tell you that?
I don't have to tell you what they tell me. Look, when I was in the police, Patrick Sulu, the police director, used to ride the back of my pickup. He used to tell me, yes, sir. You are our filing clerk. So you don't know operation, you don't know policing. But you know, they say, who know you will take you here and what you know will make you to stay.
As a legislator, and then you are on the side of advocacy, you have the masses behind you. What is the difference between you being a legislator and being an advocate that you're doing now?
But we are elected to advocate for our people. Lawmakers should be an advocate. That's not my job to go sit down when I tell him again, be friendly with him before he can't be in my district. My job is the same. When I tell him again, you are eating coke here, you know how far that I use the money district number 10 like they do it. You think I will beg them to go do job in my district?
Do you have contenders in district number 10? I'm told the CDC will be supporting the current Inspector General of the Ministry of Commerce, Josephine Davis.
You think we fishing contact in district number 10?
What do you mean?
No, we're not doing bleaching contact in district number 10.
What do you mean?
District number 10 is a serious place. District number 10 is the most popular, the most respected district in the history of Liberia. Yes. As you know, I went to local country. You saw when I went to grace my invitation that was sent to me by the Unity Party, right? To grace the convention, right? When they called my name, what happened? The whole place go, wow. Ambassador, we have thought nobody could stand in his face. They harassed Eddie here for 12 years. They took casket around here. They put Joseph Baka and Ellen picture on casket. But we to our own here, you complain? You think we can talk casket? He making fun with him mouth. I want to say thank you.
Thank you, Papa. Yeah. So this is Focus on Liberia. We just bumped into Honorable Yaka Kalba. We still follow him. Thanks for watching. Keep following Focus on Liberia.
Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, thank you for joining me on Upfront. It's been more than a year since you left office as president of Liberia. You came into power off the back of a peace deal that followed decades of war and violence and coups. You ended your mandate with Liberia's first successful democratic transition in 73 years. You're the first woman to lead an African nation, a Nobel Peace Prize winner. And yet some might say you've been more popular abroad than you have been at home. What do you say to them?
Well, you know, I think if one really went around the country, where I spent a lot of time going into rural areas, being able to work with farmers and rural women and traders, and, you know, I found that I was very well connected with them. But also, if in the city, some of the positions I took were maybe not popular, then that's fine. But I also know that I had to be out there in the global community, being able to mobilize the support for Liberia, being able to restore Liberia's creditworthiness, being able to make sure that the partnership that we needed, you know, was put in place to enable us to achieve our development goals. I'm very happy with what I was able to do.
When you became president in 2005, you pledged a war on corruption. You called it, quote, a national cancer and, quote, public enemy number one. But then you yourself were hit with a variety of scandals, your government, and you later said you, quote, underestimated the cultural roots of corruption. But surely Liberian culture isn't to blame for corruption. Liberian politicians, such as yourself and others, are to blame for corruption.
Well, let me tell you, politicians are part of the culture. Politicians are part of the value system.
But it sounds like you're blaming the public, the country, for the actions of politicians.
I'm not blaming anybody. No. I'm thinking you're just talking without listening. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying dependency, dishonesty came part of the Liberian culture over the many years of deprivation. The institutions to fight corruption were not there.
You mentioned the institutions, and yet you did have an independent corruption watchdog, the General Auditing Commission, which found 20 government ministers, accused 20 government ministers of corruption, and you failed to prosecute any of them. Why?
Well, let me tell you something. All of those reports were sent to our Liberia Anti-Corruption Agency. They were also sent to our legislature. We organize a particular unit in the presidency to be able to look at all of those cases and to be able to send them forward to the Ministry of Justice wherever they thought prosecution was necessary.
So why weren't they prosecuted?
Well, because our system is like that. If you want to really understand Liberia, you need to dig a little bit deeper. You need to understand our culture, our values, our systems. And the way to tackle it is not always to just make a whole lot of noise about it, but to quietly build those institutions that are going to be long-lasting.
What is it about your country's institutions and values and culture that led you to appoint 3 of your sons and your sister to top government positions? Something that led to your fellow Liberian Nobel Peace Laureate, Lema Bowie, to resign from her post as head of Liberia's Peace and Reconciliation Commission. Does she not understand Liberian culture or institutions?
No. Let's put it this way. First of all, when I took office, if you're talking about one of my sons was always in place a couple of administrations before I took place, and I didn't fire him. Yes, I didn't think it was necessary to do so. If you're talking about the others where I needed a specialized skill to be able to achieve our objective of trying to mobilize the resources to tackle our major development programs, that's what I did. And frankly, will you please look around today at some other countries that have found themselves perhaps in similar position and have been able to put in place those particular relatives close to them whom they feel they could trust? I'll leave that to you to do your research on.
Well, I've done my research. The British Prime Minister hasn't appointed any family members. The Canadian Prime Minister hasn't appointed any family members. The French President hasn't appointed any family members. The German Chancellor hasn't appointed any family members. I could keep going, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
Good for them, is that all?
Well, you were saying look at other countries. I'm saying it's not a common practice for presidents or prime ministers, certainly not in democratic nations, to appoint a bunch of family members to run various institutions.
Well, look, let me put it this way. We're really gone beyond this now. You know, let's deal with the real issues of Liberia. Let's deal with how we can help this country to succeed.
You say let's deal with Liberia's real issues. No. You said you appointed family members for specialized skill sets. Your son Robert Sirleaf was appointed chairman of Liberia's national oil company. That company went bankrupt and $30 to $40 million disappeared. What special skill set did he bring to national oil company?
No. First of all, let me just say, what you just said is a blatant lie. L-I-E, lie. You go look at the records. There is nothing about that company going bankrupt.
So there were no problems at all at National Oil Company?
The National Oil Company ran into because the 2 companies that were trying to exploit for oil, ExxonMobil and Chevron, could not find oil. They pulled out, and that meant that this company could not continue. It's as simple as that. And the record is clear.
How about the Liberia's central bank? You appointed your son Charles Sirleaf as deputy governor there. You suspended him. You suspended him for failing to declare his assets. And 2 months ago, he was ordered to be held in jail while awaiting trial for having unlawfully printed local currency worth tens of millions of US dollars. Did you know he was doing that?
Well, I didn't know you wanted to have an interview just to come out with outrageous statements. I mean, if that was so,
I'm confused. Was he not?
No. I thought you.
Hold on, has he not been held in jail? Is that wrong? Has he not been held in jail?
That is not true. That is not true. He was unjustifiably, illegally charged. But anyway,
so he was charged. I mean, that's your opinion. You're his mother. Obviously, you're not going to agree with the charges. I'm just asking you to comment on him being held for trial. You're saying that didn't happen. Please.
No, you're not. No. What you're trying to do is showmanship now. That's what you're trying to do. We don't need that. We need to have a civil exchange.
I'm very civil. I asked a very simple question. You accuse me of making up things. I haven't accused you of anything. I simply asked, your son has been ordered to be held in jail while awaiting trial for having unlawfully printed local currency worth tens of millions of dollars. What's your reaction to that? There's nothing uncivil about that question.
Look, our system requires that when we have a When we have a case under the jurisdiction of the court, we're not supposed to talk about it until that matter is settled by the courts. So you're trying to make me do things that are not right and not legal. Please don't do that.
Okay, how about what happened on your watch? You suspended him for failing to declare his assets. Am I lying about that as well?
Oh, I did what I felt I had to do. You have to realize how I ran the government in
That's
my
what we tried to
country.
work out here. That's what our
did
viewers
the
want to know.
things-
How did you run the government? You appointed family members, suspended some of them. Just wondering how that works.
Oh, well, I don't think you want a conversation.
I do. I don't think you want a conversation, because I'm asking questions that are very legitimate questions. I would ask any former president on this show about corruption allegations on their watch. The fact that they happen to be your children is neither here nor there.
You're right.
So you don't want to comment on anything about corruption. Okay. One of the other things critics line up against you for, you're criticized is for your former support of Charles Taylor, your predecessor, who's of course a convicted war criminal. In 2009, you formally apologized for having stood behind him. That same year, the Liberian Truth and Reconciliation Commission made a set of recommendations saying that a compensation scheme should be created, a dedicated war crimes court should be set up. You never took action on those things. Why not?
We have moved beyond the Charles Taylor story. We have moved beyond all of those bad things that characterize our country. Liberia needs peace. Liberia needs civility. Liberia needs to claim a future that's devoid of all of those things that have kept us down, that have divided us, that has created problems for us. Well,
isn't that what truth and reconciliation is for, to get past division?
Truth and reconciliation has been gone to the courts. It's left the courts. It has transformed into a palaver hut. That process has started, the process of contrition and forgiveness. All of that has started, and so I don't
But
care
you ignored
what
the
you
actual
say.
Commission on Truth and Reconciliation, which also accused you of financing and forming, quote, the warring factions in Liberia's civil wars. The report said that people, including yourself, should be banned from occupying public office for 30 years.
Really? But then maybe you're not up to date on what's happening in our country. Maybe you forget that after that came out, I won 2 elections.
Because you ignored the recommendation that said you shouldn't be allowed to run for office.
No. That went to court. You see, you don't have enough information for the things you say.
Okay.
That's really unfortunate.
Okay.
This matter went to the courts. I didn't put it there. It went up to our Supreme Court, and a decision was taken. You cannot, this body did not have the legal powers to be able to judge people without giving them right of self-defense. It wasn't my case, it was somebody else's case. If you just take a little bit of time to understand the truth and the facts, then you won't have to say some of the things you say.
Okay. It's not true then that the recommendation was for people not to run for office for 30 years. I just made that up.
Well, again, you totally missed the point.
Okay. We'll have to agree and disagree what the report says. People can look it up. One last question. You're one of the few African leaders to have led a peaceful democratic transition. When you look at the state of democracy in some other African nations and see how so many other...
Liberia has a serious problem right now, and that's taking on a number of issues. Foremost among them is the issue of corruption. And this is an issue that we are seeing across the board, not just in Liberia, but in other places. And for me, corruption is an act of robbery, plain and simple. It's a cancer in our societies. It is government stealing from the people of Liberia, from the mouths of children. It takes away access to health care. It denies citizens their right to public safety. It stops young people of Liberia from getting the education they deserve. It takes the future away from them. It prevents this country from having the healthy business environment that it needs to lift Liberia out of poverty. It has denied Liberia its place in history, a successful and prosperous country with so many resources to contribute to its people's well-being. Corruption is a democracy killer, and we cannot have that in a place like Liberia, which we're counting on as a bulwark for Africa's democracy. To me, this is the most pressing, it's the most forward-looking challenge facing Liberia today. Liberia has—
Mr. Taylor, did you ever deal in diamonds with the RUF in return for arms?
Never. There is not one human who believes in the truth can say that I, Charles Ganke Taylor, dealt with the RUF or anyone in the RUF taking diamonds for arms or taking diamonds for anything. None.
I'll ask you very directly, Mr. Taylor. Based on the evidence called by the prosecution, and I'm speaking louder because I'm told that my voice was very faint, were you regularly receiving mayonnaise jars full of diamonds from the RUF?
Never. Ever did I receive, whether it is mayonnaise or coffee or whatever jar, never receive any diamonds from the RUF. It's a lie. It's a diabolical lie. Never.
His name is Representative Yeke Koluba. One of the primary reasons why I call you here is that a lot of us, including me, we are concerned about your recent pronouncement with the formulation of a new group. I see you buried it. I don't know the name of
the Opposition Protection Unit. Protection Unit.
The Opposition Protection Unit.
You see it? So I mean, all of the vests. Yeah, all of the vests, and were printed from where all in Liberia.
Opposition Protection Unit.
Yes.
OPU.
Yeah, and you see me my burial, right? Are you going live for the people to know?
Yeah.
Okay, I hope that 419 there. I hope you're going live.
Everything you want me to blog, even the lie.
You see some of my people, right? They are in the beret.
So why did you form this group?
The president said no security. You think I'm going to say about to kill me? 2023 will be more. It will be worse than what happened July 26. This and it will be protecting our political leaders and protecting our supporters and the Liberian people. And don't take it for a joke.
The Liberian people, the police are here.
Where you go? Start making fun of them. We are going to train people for self-defense. I'm a former police officer. Riot control. I did riot control at the police academy. I am one of the instructors. We started already. We started doing our physical fitness. We got some martial art people, trying to train our people. Master day martial. I'm a second day black belt holder. Where you go? Where is the training? You will be invited on our second training day. So you have had the first training? We had the first training, and the people that will train already. Those are some of the people you see behind me. We have started the training with the first 50 men. Because one of the people said, until you can be tracked, we'll protect ourselves. Oh, you think I'm joking with it? And I said, nobody can ask me why you wearing a vest. Nobody's supposed to ask me. Do we have security in the country? The president said the security is no more. Double, like in the Zin house. Man Lopu, Man Yama, like in those Zin houses. She look for generator to put CCTV. You know what I mean for the president to come down low?
His name is Representative Yeke Koluba. One of the primary reasons why I call you here is that a lot of us, including me, we are concerned about your recent pronouncement.
You officially make no mistake that because we bear certain title or we occupy certain space in government, and you think that position has taken away from us our true identity. We want to officially announce to the world and the international community that what we fought for, we will not sit here as spectators and watch it come on an attack. But those friends who believe that nothing good can ever happen on our watch, we want to say moving forward, when there is any call demonstration, as lawmakers can lead want to say in my official capacity, whether you call me mayor or you call me youth chairperson, want to assure the public and international community we will be protectors of our democracy. We will be on the scene also. We will lead such forces also.
Your protection for our country.
Never again, and let me say this in a lot of words, never again such mistaken incident will occur. And you think that we will sit and somebody in utopia believing that because the love of this country, and you think that you have monopoly in distributing fears and panic in the people. No, that is not possible unless we are not in this corridor. We have not been moved. I want to say thank you for the privilege given to me by the National Youth League for asking me to communicate this view. So two decisions. The first decision, what we will not accept anymore, is to think that how can you have elections, people jump into the street and begin to threaten our democracy, and you think we will go and we will sit as spectators? No. If no one will do that, the Youth League under our watch will protect the democracy of this country. I want to say to you the reason we call so that you cannot be surprised. And don't think because I serve as a mayor, we will be on the front burner. We will lead our people that we led them before. We will be there. Any day that will be announced here by anyone, we want to say to you, similar day will be announced by us. And whatsoever you are, we will also be there. And we'll meet in flesh and blood. So as Liberians, and to see exactly whether you got the capacity to threaten our peace. Thank you very much.
Let's clap for ourselves. We are at 138 active listeners and followers. So folks, we're not missing our tradition, okay? We're not missing it. We're going to go there. We want to tell our God, thank you very much for taking us through day in and day out. All right? To our Creator and the Judge of all judges, we want to say thank you plenty. Our God, our Creator, for everything, for us, for our family, for our country, and for the great United States of America, for keeping us true, guarding us, providing us protection. We want to say thank you very much. So before we go to further conversation, let me just do a small commercial, okay? Political businessmen. And you know we live in America, right? Seeing they do election and other stuff, commercial comes in. So just get to understand that. So Kangoma Multi-Services Consulting, we are helping our community members with all sort of immigration services, especially family-based. In addition to that, we are also doing insurance, financial services, and other services. If you want to do mortgage, you want to do life insurance, you want to do auto insurance, you want to do anything about finance, give us a call. It's amazing. In as much as we can sit here, we're also doing something different. Okay? So we want to tap into the American opportunities. American opportunities. So you want to file for your mom, you want to file for your husband or your wife if you are married, you want to file for your children, you want to do U.S. citizenship paperwork and you have been in America for at least 5 years on green card, or maybe you keep on green card, your green card lost, your green card got mutilated, it got whatsoever happened to it expire, we can do the replacement green card for you. If you keep on I-94, the refugee document, they call it sometimes asylum or refugee document, you know, you're supposed to transition, you have not done that yet, give her the call. Our numbers are 267-648-8012, 267-648-8012. The other number is 701-330-4693, 701-330-4693. The 267 is also our WhatsApp number for folks that are not living in America or maybe outside the country. Or if you are somewhere you cannot reach us, you know, on our local number, the 267 number, you can get us on that on WhatsApp, okay? So now, let's do our name recognition for all of our people following us this morning. Let us recognize folks here for joining us on time, okay? So, folks, I want to say thank you again for coming. You motivate us every single day, even if I don't want to come on the show while my body is not here. I'm motivated, and inspired to come on the show because you come to listen to us and you share. All right, you shared our talking point. So, folks, please do me a favor this morning. Please share the show to all of your contacts. Share the show with family members, with your friends, with your friends. Please do that for us. That way, we'll be able to reach a bigger, audience, so that everybody can get what we're talking about. So, in addition to that, by the grace of God, I told you last week that my body was picking up. He's right now in Paris. Just an update to that conversation. Brother AB is right now in Paris and will be catching his flight the next few minutes if he had not already done it. I actually spoke with him before showtime. All right, he is safe. Everything is good. He's coming with Lalo nyama. Okay, too many information coming. They're gonna be a full blast. I don't know whether he will join us tomorrow. I'm not too certain of that because he will be landing today before end of business in the great Twin City of Minnesota, Minneapolis, Brooklyn Park. Okay, he will be landing today before close of business today, American time. He's right now in Paris, France. One of our regular callers home there, Frank Gibson. All right, so just to give you that update, I'm so excited. I'm so happy that my body is coming so we can be two again, so we can argue, all in the interest of Liberia, man. I'm so excited. And folks, I want you to call in this morning. Please try. You can send out a comment, but I would really want you to call in because today's conversation is open to national issues. Anything that concerns you. It can be employment, it can be corruption, it can be anything that you consider to be national. Then I'm going to give you that definition. You use your own definition. What is national to you? National issues. Or what are national issues to you regarding Liberia? Is it the president dancing Buka dance? Is it the president going to studio to make music all the time and the country not moving forward? Is it not appointing the United, or Liberia's ambassador to the United Nations? Is it about, Ethiopia, AU, we ain't got nobody there yet? Is it about the issue of Zogo? Or maybe business or maybe strategies for, employment for our people? Anything that you consider to be national issue, call us and let us have a conversation. All right, let me finish with a name recognition and then I call the number, then we get to business. This morning, I want us to make it interactive under or at most 1 hour 30 minutes. I beg you, my people. I beg you. All right. Let's start with our friend and brother. David Buddy. Good morning, Francis. How was your weekend? Oh, my brother, my weekend was fabulous, my brother. I really bless God, man. It was good. I am listening while on the White Man Club. I can only listen, my brother. You are right. You got to be on the White Man Club. You got to support yourself and your family and other family members and relatives in Liberia. That is very fantastic of you. Stay on that clock and make sure you get out what you want to get out. All right? Get some money. Uncle Sam, get the dollars, my brother. That's a good thing. Myself, when I finish, I'm going on the White Man Club too. All right, Junior Baya, my good friend. Hello, how you doing, Junior? We are right here. Nora Guan watching from my end. All right, great, Nora. Thank you for joining. All right, we got Sony Tobe. Good morning, my dear brother. Thank for all the hard work. Hope our people listen and learn well. Yes, that's why we are doing this. They need to listen and learn and follow. So 2023 is coming, October 10th, 2023. Don't miss it. All right, your true Kranga is watching from Minnesota. Oh, yes, my God. Minneapolis, Brooklyn Park, the Twin City, US of A. Uriah's ex-family senior. Interested. Of course it is interested. Mama Nancy, my own brother. Good morning, Chief. All right. Mama, we are right here. We are doing what we got to do, my brother. We are doing what we got to do. All right, yeah, sorry about that. We get the fly season in North Dakota. I didn't prepare for it. Now they're trying to disturb my show, getting on my touch screen. I'm sorry. All right. So, We got Ali Donzo. Good morning, brother. How you doing, my brother Ali Donzo? We got Bazi Edwin is watching. I don't know where he's watching from, so we can't call the name of where he's watching from, but thank you for joining. Mama Nessie, thanks for the show, Chiefs. Okay, Mama, thank you. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That's our loyal follower. Every single day is on here. Eugene Harry, good morning, my dear brother, watching from Minnesota. Thank you, Eugene, for watching. Thank you for coming on board. Ruth William, okay, yes, of course, my sister, that's why it is. Agosi T. Musa, thank you, good afternoon for joining us. Amara S. Kamara, she will not answer those questions. That's Ellen Johnson Sully. She justify corruption based under her watch, based on our culture, according to her. A form part of our value system as a people. What did she do? She did the same thing. She employed her adult children. They corrupted our system. And that's why some of us get high on George Weah. The only fundamental reasons why Ellen continued to defend evil, even though she no longer in power, she was out of power when Hassan interviewed her. Let me just let you know. Alright? It's because George Weah is a two-let bulldog president. Okay? Along the issue of impunity is not addressed, my people. They think going to continue. And that's why we need serious-minded president. That's why we need serious-minded president. Because our system of governance rests so much on the place of the presidency. Today, a George Weah want to change that country, he can change it. No members of the House of Representatives, no senator, especially the one we see now. They're not going to do nothing. Anytime George Weah want to come, just give them money, they will come. And they will do whatever they want to do. But thank God. God for it. We got Facebook. Amara S. Kamara again. She is lying. Of course, she lied on camera. She tried to cajole the journalists so that she can gain public sympathy. Talking about Charles Taylor, we put it behind because she doesn't want to talk about Charles Taylor's story. And they all brought the trouble on us, my people. Ellen Johnson Sally, Samuel Kanyado, and Charles Taylor. Alright? They brought all the troubles we're talking about on the people of Liberia. They are key, accountable individuals. Though already guy who not pay, he gone. Charles Taylor in jail, he got some kind of pay. Not even because of what he did in Liberia, because of what he did in Sierra Leone, because Sierra Leone said everybody that participated in their trouble that got their country to be what it is, at that time when they were talking a peace talk, they say everyone going to be held accountable. We, the Liberian people, we're so sorrowful for our people. We are so cowardic. We say, oh no, let's get in power. And that's what we did. And that's the reasons why they have made us to look like stupid people. I'm sorry, but that's the right adjective word to use. We just cry, we gossip a lot. We gossip. When it comes to time to do the real stuff, we don't do it. That's why Joshua go to the studio to address her. Through music. He go to Hekangalo Church to address her. Through the Bible. Okay, that's why he's doing that, because he see all not to be serious-minded people. We just talk. We don't do anything. Ruth William, wow, thank you, Ruth, for joining us. Okay, praise. Okay, wicked woman. Of course, and it's a wicked woman, my brother. You missed it. She is very wicked. She is very vindictive. That's what she told her closer people inside us. That as long as she stay alive, Joe Walker will not be president. Can you imagine? And Joe Walker to sit over there. Whatever happened between he and Ellen, he wanted the public. He wanted the public. But it is up to him. He's an old generation guy, so he can take it. Amara S. Kamara. Answer the question. Oh my God. She will never answer those questions. She will not answer it. She will never answer those questions. Ellen feels that she is on top of the game. When it comes to political issue in Liberia, she still feels that she is in charge. She is the #1 political Machiavelli that Prince Nicola, the prince, talk about in her book. Alright? Those of us that read political science. Amara S. Kamara, answer that question, please. She will never answer those questions, my brother. Just let it go. She tried to manipulate the journalist. How can you tell the journalist to look around? He already look around. And the people Hassan talk about, those leaders, political leaders in their respective country, they're all Ellen Johnson Sirleaf friends, but they never did that. And she won't listen to the fact that she went wrong by appointing her adult children to strategic positions, including the central bank deputy governorship. And they stole our money and they enjoy it today. And George we are sit over there and dance buka. He don't care. He don't care. All right. Florence Colley. How old is Ellen? You need to Google Ellen. You will know that. My sister, you will get to know how old is she, but she over 17. I think she around 80, probably. Maybe I will try to do that later on. All right. Solomon Prince. Ellie is evil. She stole from the Liberians and she's sitting over there. Yeah, she is. It is just weird that making her to sit over there and make mockery of the Liberian people because what? Ellie gave him power. Ellie gave Josh Weir power, so he can't do nothing to her. Alright? Can't do nothing. Amara S. Camara. You can run, but you can't hide. Of course. So that's why what people say. They say the children know how to run, but they don't know how to hide. And in addition to that, Amara, there is no way you're going to be ahead of your shadow. Your shadow will always be ahead of you. That's what it is. Until we can get rid of the issue of impunity, it's going to be tough. Alright? Slibo Williams Slibo. I love that. Saying blood. Alright. Okay, Stephen Yuma Yanko. Okay, former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf also spoiled this country. Of course, yes. Amara S. Kamara again. Your Supreme Court in Liberia was compromised and corrupt. Ellen, please. Of course, that's what they did. That's what they, they say, oh, you're go wrong. Blessing Slater. Good afternoon. Yeah, thank you, Blessing. Bill Williams. Bill Willie, but EJS, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was your best friend. Yo. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was your best friend. I don't know what the person trying to say. Probably the charted up picture and all that stuff. Something like that. They're trying to talk about Eddie best friend was charted up. Later on, they fell apart. Augustine Fire watching from Dallas, Texas, the Lone Star State, US of A. Okay. Alright. Slibo William again. We putting rebel to getting for war. Okay. Florence Yancey, good morning, son. Oh, mama, how you doing? Darius Portoy, you are lawmaker getting 3K and the police are not getting anything. Of course, that's all Liberia looking like. At least it's part of our culture. It's part of our value system. Cheating, paying other people more money. The people that are on the street, the ordinary people, nothing. Ordinary people go to court, they go to jail. The big guys, you know who are they're in government. We suspended them. They say uses government property. That is who we are. Yes, that is who we are. Ruth William, wow, lawmaker. Yeah, Ruth Haddad Johnson. Chill, Ellen. Okay, Haddad, thank you for joining us. Mongoose Padmo, this city manager is very sick. Oh no, they made a talk like he in charge. That Jefferson Koji there. That's the guy that went to Stella Marie. He finished. He entered through the back door of University of Liberia, and the guy he graduated. He got bachelor degree in public administration. Shame on them. Mr. Ja Better Truth. Good day, our brother. I hope you all. All right, you are well, and you and your family. Yeah, we are doing great. We are doing fabulous. Yeah. Ruth Haddad Johnson tried to Liberia. Yeah. Vera McQueen Horace. Good morning, sir. Watching you live from Jide Grand Mountain. Oh, Jide Mountain in Grand Jide. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Vera McQueen Horace. Thank you for joining us from Jide Mountain, Grand Jide County, Republic of Liberia. Lomas Kennedy. Good morning, my friend. Florence Colley again. Our mama, our sister, Ellison Robert Sirleaf stole $1.5 million from oil refinery and bank aid in America, and they put sanction on him and they block his account. Like what Mama Florence said. Florence Colley said so. Yeah, Ende Flora, thank you for that information. You double check it. If it is right, that's what they do. It is a part of our culture, stealing, you know, cheating. Good morning, brother. Okay, this is Patrick Fire watching you from Zaza City this afternoon. Good to follow your show again. Thank you. Thank you, Brother Patrick. Watching us from Zaza City, Zaza District, Lofa County, Republic of Liberia. Florent calling again. I am on my way out. Okay, Mama, you can stay in. You can decide to leave. Thank you. We wish you good luck. Stay safe. Margaret Lavella, I'm watching from the United States. Thank you, Mike, for joining us. David King Taylor. Jefferson is foolish. It's a foolish man because he has been misled by bundles of wicked men. Akara Gray do nothing. Do nothing. Okay, my brother. Yeah, population administration, right? He also population administration. Musa Jabate from Germany. Thank you, bro Musa, for watching from Germany. Women Douglas watching live from my brother Australia. Thank you, women. George Wolito. Good afternoon. I'm watching from Sando County Government Camp. Alright, Sando County Government Camp, Republic of Liberia. Darwin Weekend, thank you for joining us. Good morning, Chief. I am the religious advisor to the Costa Show. Darwin, thank you for joining us, the religious advisor to the Costa Show. Alright, Augustine Fire again, watching from Dallas. Alright, great. David King Taylor, okay, I'm watching from Texas. That's the same stuff. Okay, the same thing. I already did that. Peter Dan, good morning. I'm watching you from Liberia. Thank you, Brother Peter, for joining us. Good morning. Thanks for the show. Watching you from the Ocean State, Rhode Island. Thank you, my brother, for joining us. Pee-wee. Maman Daba is watching. That is my uncle watching from So Clean, the Commonwealth Republic of Liberia. Uncle Mama, thank you for joining us this morning. We are glad that you are in the house with us. Yasa Pee-wee, how are you doing today? I'm doing just fine, Yasa. I'm doing great. Thank you for that marvelous question, for that concern, for that thought. Robert Jones, good morning. Thank you, Robert, for joining us. All right. I call Mark Lavla. Genesis Yan Gompia. Good afternoon, operator. I'm watching you from Duke Community, Monserrato County, Republic of Liberia. Thank you, Genesis, for watching. Welcome aboard, Roland Newman. Good morning, my brother. Thanks for your commitment to do this in the interest of our backward country. All right, our country is very backward. We need to keep moving. All right, Eman Taylor, thanks, brother. Impunity is the big problem for Liberia. If not dealt with, Liberia will not progress. You are right, my brother. Impunity. That's why we are the way we are. That's why people went to France to get married. They call the same popo, but they go to Paris to get married. It is all right. It is the way it is. All right, David King. I think I'm done with David King. You are right, brother. Doe, Charles Taylor, Ellen brings serious problem to we, the people. All right, yeah, you are right. To we, the people. Serious problem to we, the people, to we, the Liberian people. All right. Lola G. Kuruma, welcome on board. Okay. I don't want anybody to say I didn't call their name. I'm so sorry. Let me see. Oh, a lot of folks share today. Oh, my goodness. My people, in addition to this, you please share the show. I beg you. I hold your phone the Liberian way. You please share the show. Okay. Lucini. Yeah, Lucini. Oh, okay. All right. After Genesis. Laura G. Coleman, then Decontin D. Good morning. Welcome aboard. Peter Dan. Welcome aboard. Lucini A. Manuba. Welcome aboard. She gave him power to protect her. Yeah. Ellen gave power to George Weah to protect her. Yeah, but that's what Joe Weah too said. Joe Weah said during his inaugural address, was it inaugural or first legislative address? like his first responsibility going to be to protect Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and her children, and he's doing just that. That's fine. It left with us to decide October 10th, that wonderful Tuesday, 2023. Cape June Vaz, good morning. All right, Junior Empire, I'm watching. Okay. All right. Garment Wilson, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf will continue to play this game to cover her butt and that of her children. The secret is too big. Yeah, it is big. Teofilo Nyuma Power, following live from Michigan. Where is Mr. Kamara? Mr. Kamara is right now in Paris, France, on his way back to the US of A. All right, inshallah, the way we say it, as a Muslim people, he will be touching base around 5-6 o'clock American time today. Minnesota time, not American time. Minnesota time, because every region here in America got different time zone. Minnesota Central Chicago time. All right, he will be touching base today. By the grace of God, he will be. So hopefully tomorrow, I'm not too sure, but he will be in America today. All right. Degontin, my God, bless you, my son. Okay. Thank you, Sister Degontin. Robert Zibidi, my own brother from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs / Ministry of State, those days, Ellington. All right. All right. Yeah, I got everybody. Okay, Cape June Vice, he's saying what? So what you make about the statement made by ADD in the House on retirement benefit? We'll get that later on. If you have any information about that you want to share with us, you can share with us, okay? So right now, you can call. While I'm waiting for your call or calls, I will say what I want to say. But you can actually call now. I'm going to pin the number 2. The number to call the show today is 267-938-2801. Let me go slow again. The number to call the show today is 267-938-2801. 267-938-2801. Our WhatsApp number to call the show this morning. Only people outside of the US, people who are not able to call direct, please give them chance to call this other number. It's +1 267 648 8012. +1 267 648 8012. Those are the numbers to call the show this morning. And our topic this morning is national issues in Liberia. National issues. I'm not the one going to define it for you. It is yourself. Anything that you consider to be national issues affecting our country, okay? Anything you consider to be national issues, just call and drop your point. All right? Drop your concern. Let other people hear it. And then we pick up from there. So that is it. As simple as it is. National issues. Anything you define to be national issue, maybe it could be employment issue, it could be unemployment issue, it could be about Zogo, it could be about health, health sector, it could be about hospitality sector, it could be about George we are dancing to Buka, it could be about Joe we are coming out with another music, it could be anything. Maybe Darrell Dillon behavior as a light turning to darkness, anything of that matter. Henry Costa said he wanted to be senator of Monserrado County. He officially declared. Amara Connor from World Bank, he just came to the country last week. He said he wanted to be senator for Bapuru County. We'll be coming up with specific topics, but today it's almost like, I'm not too certain, but it is almost like today will be my last day hosting and controlling the show. Hosting and controlling everything today. Holding all things constant. If my body touched down this evening, I'm hoping that we will be on tomorrow together. Because he went close to Liberia, all around Zaza area. Those of you that live in Guinea during the refugee days, Koyama, I don't know that place, but he told me closer to Zaza in Guinea, okay? So, just call this morning and share your own thought based on your own definition when it comes to national issues. All right? So let me pin the number and then we pick up from there. Let me pin the number before your call. I will come with my own national issue based on my own definition. But before we get to that, maybe let me play some more music for you, and then maybe you will get encouraged. But I really want you guys to call this morning. Yeah, I really want you guys to call this morning. Yeah, let's do it now.
One on money blackout, yo yeah before, yo yeah, gotta work out. One on money work out, gotta see work out. One on money blackout, we not here for it. We got area trade. It's time for us to pull hands together, move our country forward. Let's stop the haste. Focus on our country. Pushing fake messages. And I go for us. Let us stop the money. Yeah. Well, I Liberia, overseas. You pay the apology black. You feel style on social media. You are workout. No need no pay. On the money blackout. You let's stop it. All the hate messages you preaching, you don't do it to the blackout. You do it to the people, the poor people, the people you came to love, the people you want to lose. Gotta work out, not on my work out. Gotta see work out, one on my blackout. Yo yeah before, yo yeah, gotta work out, not on my work out. Gotta see work out, one on my blackout. We not here for it. We got area trade. Work out, making us hating one another. Encouraging others for our country need. We should go and demonstrate. And I'm you will be there. I'm demonstrate here. Let me ask you work out. When we for our country, who will help us cancel? They say no, no, work out, say no, no. When you bring out a hand who will help us settle it? They say no, no, work out, say no, no. Taking shock out of gain power. We not yet for that kind of flower. Work out, give black out the chance. We are one. We are one. Get past it, then we are the chance. We are one. We are one. Can't you see? He's very rose. We are one. We are one. He's building hospital for all of us. We are one. We are one. Take a look at the estates.
Good morning, caller. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
Hey, good. Grace and peace, Francis. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous, Dad. How is Western Pennsylvania?
Well, all is well. By the grace, we're keeping the faith.
You need to keep doing that, Dad. So drop it on us. National issue. What is your definition? Whatever fit in your definition, give it to us.
Liberia just has so much, you know what I mean, to talk about. It's quite an amazing story. But let me share this one with you this morning.
Okay.
You know, the many of us who have considerable interest in Liberia trying to probably rebuild. So I'm putting on one or two structures somewhere in the country. And guess what? Recently, just about a fortnight ago.
Okay.
You know, the town is so tough. Somebody had to go intrude into my facilities. It's a school we're trying to build, but it's still under construction. And, you know, we have put all the giant gates around it. I've had the fear, along with my team, to not try to put it in an enclosed environment. You know, it's one of the things I found quite fascinating about the country. You know, everybody lives in an enclave. all because of the lack of security.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but for short, anyway, somebody went and broke through there. You know, they couldn't make it through any of the iron gates, so they forced their way somewhere in a portion of the building while we are still working on it, trying to steal some bags of cement, plumbing materials.
Wow.
And yeah, took away, you know, a lot of those stuff. And, you know, I got information from my team the other day, and I was so just upset. And I said, well, you know what? How long can we do this? But I mean, it just goes to show the level of insanity in the country, the suffering and, you know, and the despair that is taking place. Young people
don't have no employment. That's a key area.
Yeah, people have gravitated. Everybody have left the towns and the villages up to that one lonely place that is so congested, you know, dilapidated. I mean, Broad Street is not even a place to walk easily, depending on what part of Broad Street you are. From my last observation when I was there. So I think there's just too much to think about when it comes to Liberia.
Sure.
But, you know, the Bible said people without a vision will perish. So Liberians, I think, in this creative space now, between now and general elections, need to be thinking quite cognitively. And it's one of the things that is lacking in the country due to the war and everything that has taken place probably over the past 25, 30 years. The brain drain is something that we see. But, you know, nationalism of upright people, nationalism of upright men is the emphasis. Upright men and women is the emphasis that I want to make this morning in this brief conversation with you. Liberia has to get on the right path. And it's only going to get on the right path when we make the right decisions.
But that, let me ask a simple question under the caption national issues. Knowing everything we know, what could be the two major areas, for example, the two major strategies that we can use? I'm using the word we in the collective manner, along with the people and the government. What can we really do? What strategy can we use? Maybe two strategies or maybe at most three strategies to turn the corner around from this, the way we see it, to a better path. What three minimal strategies we can use to get it going?
Well, I'll give you one. The first one is morality.
Morality.
It's lacking. It's completely lacking. You found it barely in Liberians. I mean, I'm not talking about those who are doing the stealing and this, that, but I mean, it's become a way of life. You know, that even the family member that you try to deal with, I don't know whether you have the experience.
Of course I do. I do. You know, I do the immigration services. I do. And there are certain people where I can't process it because I don't live in Liberia. I got to send it and they take the money. I can't get it no more.
You know, so moral consciousness is the issue. And I think that is one of the cardinal things that we really have to pinpoint and dig in deeply to the conscience of the nation. And it's because of that culture, the culture of people getting away. I don't know how you gotta call it in politics.
The culture of impunity. Yep.
When people do things,
they are not held accountable.
For their actions. I mean, you and I live here. You know what a citation is. When you get it, that is non-negotiable. It's not something that you discuss with the officer and whatever. They just give you a ticket and you stick it and you go to court. All right. Whatever, the judge is there, the police officer is there, or the police officer doesn't show up, the Joyce goes into the case, look at the nitty-gritty of it, and hear from you. And there's a high level of transparency that takes place. Now, it doesn't mean that people don't get away with it. At times, there's no perfect system. Humanity is flawed, but do it to the degree and the level at which it benefits all. So if morality is there, then the question then is for the common good. The strategy for the common good would there be transparency and fair play interconnecting with morality? Then if that is it, then the question should be, what is going to work for the majority of us, that each and everyone will be in peace, that there will be prosperity, there will be tranquility, there will be justice and fair play, the rule of law must be strengthened, and the security apparatus must be strengthened. It must be strengthened in the capacity building process way, that everything done is transparent and people can be able to play by the rules. It benefits all of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you live here, I live here, and I've even said with friends and family members, I mean, the reality of the matter is that I am blessed to have had the opportunity in the midst of all of the challenges to be able to be in this stage of life, at this level of life, to have the opportunity to engage and, have gone to the best of schools and everything. It didn't come from anything. My father was a farmer. It only came out of the blessings of God.
Mm-hmm.
The one who created the space and the opportunity. But even from the very beginning, my father was blessed. My people are blessed people.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And as a consequence of that, those blessings follow me wherever I go. But those blessings also reminds me all the time of what? Going back and playing a role. That is the process. Isn't that how we do it in Lofa?
That's how we do it.
I'm not trying to be regionalistic or whatever, but
you are even right. It's for part of our politics.
Yeah, it's part of our culture and everything that has to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that role that you play to be able to create an environment in which our people can strive, that each and everyone can have an opportunity. You can't do that in the absence of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that in the absence of knowledge. So you must define from a psychological, pathological standpoint, a human standpoint, in terms of defining what the real issues are. These issues are quite systemic, where people do things and just get away with it.
Mm-hmm. And they tell you, do you know who am I?
Yeah, people live in a society and think that, well, they are lost until those that govern. It's supposed to be the opposite. You see, people come into public service here because of that determined spirit to give back. But over there it's the opposite. Mm-hmm. People come into public service to steal, to loot, and to destroy. And I think if we can look at those two cogent issues, morality and making sure that there is total accountability that is given for each and every individual, the law functioning the way it's supposed to be, and then security, because security produces, if you have security, it produces an enabling environment for investment. Let's take, for example, I'm not even talking about the investors to talk about. I mean, you're talking about outside international investors, but just you and I.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Just you and I, think about the capacity we have economically. Every year, annually, the remittances that we send to that country, those we have, the brothers, those sisters who are challenged, going through difficulties, who get up in the morning and don't know what they're going to eat today,
mm-hmm.
or what their children are going to eat. So they have to beg somebody or find a way to squeeze and get in the car and go all the way on Broad Street and move from one minister to another begging.
Yeah, begging. Literally begging.
Yes.
But let me ask a quick question. You said something. and I want to follow on that particular one. You talk about morality, and you find yourself in the environment of faith. Humanitarian and everything you talk about. Do you consider the number of churches that we got and mosques that we got in Liberia? You live in the one little neighborhood, and they already got 10, 15 churches there. For example, living from George Weah House, Rehab Road, getting to ELWA Junction, you know how many churches they got there? There are a lot of churches. So my question is, if you're talking about morality and also salvation, because before you can get the salvation, you got to be moral. So are you saying that the church owners, the pastors, the reverends, they are not teaching morality? Maybe they're teaching miracle? What do you think that people are not receiving? Because the very people we found living in that neighborhood, in that community, are the very people going to those churches, are the very people we find at the level of our country, at the level of our country, at the level of the government. So why we are not moral?
Well, here's the first thing. There are a lot of dissonance that have taken place over the years. But people who are in churches, the first question we have to ask is that are people in the faith based on what the faith actually says, what it speaks about, what it talks about, the issues that are defined within the sacred text? There are lots and lots of so-called pastors who are roaming all over the place that are using just the name of a faith, quote-unquote faith, who basically do not have any theological understanding. They have no real moral upbringing. They go into the faith to exploit. So then the question is, who is within the faith that knows what the faith speaks of, that can clearly and strategically delineate what the faith says? What the sacred text says, all right, that the one who comes in the name of God has come to proclaim liberty, to set the captives free, and to uplift communities that are oppressed. So religion is not just something that you go into, it's something that is practiced, is learned, and it's carved in a way that they are systematic processes that one has to go through to be ordained to the level of better understanding the issues of society. And that's why even if you go within the theological process, they don't just ordain you within the actual formulative church without going through processes, a degree, a second degree, maybe a tear or fourth. And even that you have to go through the ordination process and everything that comes with it. That you take on that sanctified responsibility as a person who is charged with the responsibility of being the prophetic voice of the community. So that is lacking. It doesn't exist. So a bulk of the people who are within the faith, the mushrooming churches, and maybe the mosques and others and the rest of it are people who are just making profit out of it. They really don't understand the actual connotation of what the faith stands for. All right?
Okay.
So it's a very complicated and complex issue because in the base of all of that, there's considerable ignorance. When you don't have it, when you don't know it, you can't teach it. You understand? So that is the challenge with the faith community, because the faith community actually is supposed to be the conscience of what? Society.
Because you find everybody going there, including George Weah.
It doesn't know, and it cannot clearly understand what the sacred text is talking about. So call on the person who is called to be the disciple to go out and teach and preach and lift up people from poverty. So a lot of our people who are within the faith community realistically don't understand it, and even the little ones that do understand it to some level have already sold out because of the human condition that exists. All right, the human condition that exists. Because where people barely can survive, you can't talk about faith when a man cannot eat. You cannot talk about faith and when the man is hungry and he's running all over the place trying to find something to eat. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I get it.
Yeah.
in the summary, we are just people that pretend a lot. We are going, but actually we're not going. We're coming. That's how I see it. Yeah, because if you find majority of the people going to church, going to the mosque, and there where we should be discussing the issue of morality, the issue of salvation, and the issue of upbringing, because those values, they do not work along with what we're doing right now. Because I saw a bunch of pastors, and reverends that gathered 4 individuals to pray for them, for the sanction to be removed, or they even grab George Weah. Everybody lied on George Weah stood to pray for him. I don't get it. I thought the faith-based institution, the churches, the mosques, interreligious council, they're supposed to be the eyes of the eyes of societal consciousness. Like they should be there to provide moral guidance, how leaders supposed to lead us. But to our greatest disappointment, they are even there guarding folks that do wrong, because the Bible says thou shalt not steal. So people steal, and the pastors that interpreting the Bible, they go to pray for them. So I don't get it.
Yeah, your president is a so-called bishop, isn't it? You see the mockery of it?
I got you. We got another caller on. If you can just conclude your point, and then we let us take the other caller.
Yeah, I remember Bishop Michael Pakala Francis.
Yeah, may so rest in peace.
Yeah, who stood firm and very resilient, speaking to the issues. It's going to take time, Francis. Here's the Liberian dilemma. If you don't stand for anything Martin Luther King says, then you will fall for anything.
Mm-hmm.
You must have a blueprint in life as to what is it that you want to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you either give me liberty or death.
Yeah.
All right. So you can't live in an environment from a political standpoint and say you're in the land of your birth, but you are in oppression. You are in despair. You are not liberated. You can't get food to eat. The table issues are on each and every day in any forum you go to. Look into the faces of the people when you visit the country. Then you get to see what is happening within the environment. But psychologically, too, the environment has an effect on people that once people live within it, it creates a framework through which sometimes people live in denial.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Liberian scenario from a psychological standpoint. And as a consequence, too, many of us are traumatized.
Yep.
From the war. That hasn't changed.
And we're not doing anything to change it.
I've not gone through any preliminary engagement of counseling, of letting go some of these difficult situations that we went through in the war. Those are traumas that are deeply rooted in memory. And they affect the conscience of the people. So we just have a perennial. We have so many challenges. But if we can just take a stand for uprightness, to say, well, this is the rightful person who is a moral leader, who begin to set those examples. I saw the tape you were playing. I'm listening to Erling Johnson Sirleaf.
Mm-hmm.
Erling Johnson Sirleaf is one of those hypocrites,
mm-hmm.
That got a nation where it is. Not concerned about the well-being of over maybe the 5 billion people. She's interested in protecting her interests,
mm-hmm.
her family interests, the interests of her children. See that interview with the reporter,
mm-hmm.
questioning her that she could not answer.
She could not answer.
To legitimate questions. All right? And that has been our problem. Yep. You can't take shortcut in this situation. You have to cut the head of the snake. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we have to go to Ghana. Maybe we have to go to Rollins. I'm not trying to be harsh. But look, man, you either stand for something or you die for something.
Mm-hmm.
How long will our children continue to be abused? How long will the future leaders live in poverty? How long will people's life be denigrated and reduced to nothing? When you have a bunch of thieves running all over the place saying they are governing, who goes in that environment to say they want to invest? Francis? Who wants to do that?
Nobody want to do that.
I mean, come on.
They just clear.
That's just the reality. So some of us are on it there because of the breadth experience. And our people are poor. They've been dejected, denigrated, moved from the whole of Lofa County, oppressed, towns and villages burned down. A bulk of them are in Monrovia, they are in Cocota, Bone County, and other places. These people are just handing on a hope that is in us.
Mm-hmm.
Those of us who are outside that can send them remittances to survive. That's how complex the situation is.
All right.
I listened to Ambassador Greenfield and all of the pontification and the issues you stress. Corruption is the major killer.
Mm-hmm.
It's a killer of democracy. So my last thought is: are we keeping an eye on the upcoming elections?
We
It's
are
going to make or break Liberia.
We are.
Right?
I
we
even
let
got.
these clowns go ahead as they did in Lofa County and steal our elections.
We're not going to allow them to do it.
Go.
We're not going to allow them to do it.
I'll leave that with you, Francis. Let's continue the fight.
We will continue.
Have a wonderful week.
All right, Doc. Thank you very much for your contribution. In the cause of the people, the struggle continue. We're going to be right
You're
here.
right on that. Yeah, we'll be in touch. Take care.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. That was one of our, lawyer contributors. That's the reason why sometimes we give them some opportunity, because he's an insider when it comes to what we're talking about. Yeah, so let me go to our other caller that called earlier from Washington State.
Hello?
Hello, caller. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
Oh, my brother. Okay. The email, I'm calling from Turkey.
Yeah, your line is a little bit cracky. Can you just change your location where you are? Maybe it can be better that way.
You getting me now?
Yeah, much better. Yeah, email, go right ahead. You already know what we're discussing today, right? National issues in Liberia. Anything you define to be national, just go to it.
I know, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first, let me just talk on what the older man was saying about morality.
Mm-hmm.
In Liberia, and religion is one of the things that kill in Liberia, but people not paying attention to it. And you seeing things going on right now. Pastors, all these pastors, where are they? They're sitting down because they're getting money on the cover.
On the cover, they're praying for Mageda.
Mm-hmm. And most of them getting exploiting our people. You see, they're exploiting our people. But that's our people business, because they know what they want.
Mm-hmm.
But let me say, one of the things is this coming election, Liberian people should pay attention to these people. And I think they will be a good team. For me, that's my opinion. They will be a good team. And this is what Liberia need right now. Liberia need a father figure. Or the father. I'm going to say a father figure. Liberia need a father to take the country forward. Liberia don't need big brother. Right now we have
need a small brother, right? Need a small brother. We don't even need big brother before we need small brother. We need father.
Right now we got our big brother.
Mm-hmm.
You see, father and mother left the house, so big brother in the house now doing his own thing. So we the little ones, we can't talk nothing. He will come out here or do something else.
Mm-hmm.
You see, our Liberian people suffering through right now. So Liberia need a father. Father, like a team, a good team, like how they call it, Tenwan Gonglo and JMB. Those two people can take this country forward. I can see it, I feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Because these people, they got the experience. They don't need nothing. They don't need to buy flashy things. They don't need to get a girlfriend here and there. Those people are responsible.
And they're already above 3 schools the Bible talk about. They're already above 3 schools the Bible talk about, right?
Yes. They're already in their prime. I mean, in their settlement, their retirement time, but they have the knowledge and everything. You saying it? So I think Liberian people should pay attention to these two people. Tawan Gongo and JMB, they need to come together. They need to talk and make a strong team. And make a paper. You saying it? Like JMB go the first term, then the second term is on paper, Tawan Gongo go. That would be fine with me. You saying it? And these other people, I don't trust Cummings.
Me too.
Cummings is another unity party. I mean, undercover. I mean, Ellen Johnson undercover. That's Cummings. So you know, look at Cummings this, Cummings that. Cummings can't even tell you how you're going to generate money. Seriously, Cummings got money. What is schools? Is he helping JFK? Or the waiting for their turn? Is that what politicians do every time? You have to wait for your turn before you do something. This is the best time to do something. You see, like Cassell was doing something. Cassell was not paying attention to the politics. He was doing things, making mad. So those are the things that suffer our country. Our people look at people that flashy, look at people that just do things out of the way they follow them. They're not looking at sincere or people that love the country. We have to pay attention. Seriously, we Liberians, we got to pay attention. Man, we suffer too much. Some of us suffer too much. It can be painful to me when I see things on YouTube every time I see Liberians struggling, Liberian children in the street selling.
Selling plastic bags to survive.
I see things that I'm not supposed to see. I thought we already suffer for these things that we're supposed to live a better life now. But we're still suffering. Man, I went through all the wars in Liberia, 3 wars. I saw Prince Johnson killing people.
Oh man, don't tell me about it, man. I was in Sierra Leone. We got to run away from Sierra Leone and come back to Liberia, Lofa County.
Yeah, I got captured. I got captured by Prince Johnson people in Todi. I got captured by Prince Johnson people in Todi. My dad had to pay money to free me. You see that? A lot of suffering will be through. Why Liberian people can't pay attention?
No, they don't care.
And Liberian people not even brave. Why Prince Johnson, they're still passing around in this place? They say they lead lawmakers. Liberian people not brave. We are scary people because the religion we put ahead of us. This religion thing killing us. Most Liberians we're not really religious like that. That's why you can't see the sincerity in us. Because we're not really religious like that.
So we just pretend.
We're just part of religion because our parents. You see, your parents going to church, everybody going to church. You're not going to church, you're not eating. That's some of the things we went through to be a religious people. Up to this day, I'm not a religious person because I see it all. So, Liberian people got to pay attention, my brother. We really got to pay attention to these people. All the other politicians, you'll give JNB and Tawan Gongo the chance
to move Liberia forward.
I trust this papa. The papa will do something. The papa will do something.
But if you keep talking about the papa will do something, let me ask you a question, my brother. You keep talking about the papa will do something, the papa will do something, tier 1 will do something, tier 1 will do something. I agree, I totally understand it, but hold on a minute now. Presidential candidate or presidential aspirants are considered to be presidents in waiting, right?
Sure.
Opposition political party also considered to be ruling party in waiting. So all the things that going on in Liberia, Joseph Boakai, he came number 2 to George Weah. Number 2 to George Weah. The senators attempted passing a bill. In fact, they passed it at their own level and sent it down to the House of Representatives.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything from Joseph Boakai. So mass killing in our country, illegal killing, unresolved, death investigation, like Princess Cooper, for example, like the three Mason boy, for example, like the 28 white educator that got killed on the water, and you just name it, like the SS guy that served our country, alright, executive protected service personnel that got killed on George Weah tour. So you want to tell me, then we go to the issue of the sanctions that the American ambassador spoke on behalf of the United States that the Liberian people should seize the moment of the sanction to hold their public officials accountable. So the papa not doing nothing. The papa just sitting down. Some people say the papa is sleeping. Some people say the papa too quiet. The papa too slow. Oh God!
That's one of the things. Well,
So how you think they will get the president what?
I'm seeing Tewan on the screen every day, my brother.
I saw Tewan sweeping. I saw Tewan sweeping at the Capitol building when Al Jazeera interviewing. That is not even enough. That is symbolic.
Yeah.
That is symbolic. So my people, so let me ask you a question. Up to this point, up to this talk show time, Serena Sifa, how they call this man? Nathaniel Magay, Bill Traore, they are still using government vehicles. George, we are suspended and they are sanctioned. Vani Sharma is also sanctioned. Vani Sharma sits on the Judiciary Committee at the level of the Senate. Prince Johnson still a senator. With mounted pressure, Prince Johnson saw some kind of remorsefulness. He recused himself from the Armed Services and Security Defense Committee. Okay? Yeah, because, my brother, this is a small country established by the United States free slave, according to history. Our budget is largely supported by the United States government through USAID, World Bank, African Development Bank, and other international and multinational organizations. How can we have someone who is a senator at the level of the Senate who says sit on the Judiciary Committee, and that Judiciary Committee is making decisions that will impact us either positively or negatively, but this man is sanctioned?
My brother,
how can we say that these three officials using government property, the United States government sanctioned them, and we as a government, President Iwotin Joseph Boakai, cannot even mobilize the people to take advantage of the United States government opportunity that they have offered us to seize the moment to hold our public officials accountable. Accountability not only during elections, accountability comes in every single day. When it comes to the people that manage our country in their official capacity representing Liberia. So is it on the election we're sitting there waiting for? You think George Weah and cartel members will give Joseph Boakai their power here on silver platter? We saw what happened in Lofa County, right? We saw what happened in Lofa County, right? So
as you were saying, that's why I felt disappointed in them, because they how they call it, they go protest. They go protest at the embassy. I expect from SUP. I expect the entire body to come out. The entire, how they call it, opposition body.
August 24, right? Where are they?
They didn't show up. They didn't show up. The students are over there. That's the time I expect them to show up. The ambassador said, hey, seize the moment. They're not understanding the term seize the moment.
It's a coded language.
You see that? They're sitting.
They're sitting waiting for 2023.
When Tewan trying his best, and Joseph need to wake up, other people need to wake up. Kwame is still trying his way by writing letter and doing all these things. You see that? Why they not still putting pressure on this letter that the president haven't responded to yet? What the opposition doing?
That's a good question. They need to answer.
They are lazy people. The people, they are lazy people.
They are laying back. They think that we get the presidency on silver platter. And you know what? Let me tell you something. We, the talk show host, quote unquote, Facebook platform, YouTube, and you name it, including Yaka Koba now hosting any talk show. But Ali, what he's doing in our country, and how they call it, Indo-Henry Costa, we are the one doing opposition job. I think they need to pull up payroll, saying they're not doing their job. How can they say that in Liberia, a student-based, campus-based organization, political organization like SUP, to start to do their job in addition to what we're doing, and they're not doing the shit, and they want to be president, and they got 21 registered political parties according to election commission. 21 registered political parties, but we only got 3 to 4 active. We got Unity Party, we got the ANC, we got Liberty Party, we got ALP, and we got CDC. So that 5, let me make it 5. That 5 right there.
Yeah.
Those are the 5 political parties we're talking about. So if you minus 5 from 21, how many left?
That's 18?
No, 16.
Yeah, 16.
16 left. So we ain't got no standard bearer for that 16. Okay? Maybe we can get 1 to tier 1 Gongo. We're giving 1 to tier 1 Gongo. So we're left with 15. No standard bearers. How can we be so quiet 13 months to elections and we call ourselves opposition political leaders? How can we just sit down and allow it play out? Can you imagine? But my brother, thank you for for your contribution, man.
My brother, you keep on the good job, man. You keep on the good job because you're the one already doing the job.
Yeah, we're the one doing the job. And the city now.
I really appreciate how the social media thing going wild right now.
Yeah.
Liberians are all involved into it. Right now, you sit down here, you get news in a second. Live video, live TV, all over the place. You keep on a good job, and you keep on, man. We here will be watching and sharing the show.
All right, my brother. Thank you very much. Especially sharing the show is very important.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, have a good day, man.
You too. Bye now. All right, folks. So let me just share my own national issue, right? My national issue, I spoke about it a little bit the last time. Unemployment, that's my national issue today. Unemployment and insecurity. Those two problems in our country are serving as an ingredient for everything that is going on. For example, the government doesn't even discuss about unemployment and creating employment for the people. How can we prosper? How can we increase our revenue generation when people are not employed to pay taxes? How can we do that? I talked about the maritime. I just did the maritime stuff. In fact, what I talked about the last time, and the updated information when it comes to our maritime program is even more than what I talk about. I just did it before showtime. Before showtime. We got an elaborate office outside of Washington, D.C., according to my research. Our maritime office in the United States. In the United States. So just maritime alone, our maritime program alone, flag of convenience, we got this joint venture, ever potent, effective and efficient organization, LESCA, between the government of Liberia and the United States government to manage our maritime programs. Our maritime system, our maritime program, giving it to you free, it is the number 2 in the world because of number of ships and first class services that we provide to ship owners to protect their ships and to protect their investment. And we are being able to do that because of the middle organization. I know it for sure. If LESCA were not between the government of Liberia and the United States, maritime program would be charade. I know that for free. But because America part of this venture, that's why our maritime program is number 2 in the world. And we are actually seated at the level of IMO. IMO is International Maritime Organizations. We are seated there. We are number 2 at that level. In addition to that, United States through the Treasury Department, through the State Department, have signed numerous memorandum of understanding regarding trade and public and private sector investment that our government can tap into that too to get the young people employed and other unemployed citizens. What are we doing with all these opportunities all over the place? I do not work for government. I worked for government before. Low level civil servant. But those we are sitting now on the real information when it comes to running of our country. The Minister of Finance, the same thing. The suspended Minister of State and Presidential Affairs. The Labor Minister. All of these people, they are sitting on those information because government is continuing with it. Whatever Ellen did, she's not supposed to take it to her house. If she did, the government need to follow her to get it. And besides that, you can access all this information. All our government need to do through our presidency is to ask the U.S. embassy, is to ask the French embassy, is to ask the German embassy, is to ask the Norwegian embassy, and you name it, or some of this memorandum of understanding or communicate at the level of ECOWAS and AU that could possibly benefit our country. Government is big power, my people. But again, there must be serious-minded people. There must be serious-minded people. Competent, effective, and efficient leaders. Those who will have the audacity to put away their self-interest and put the interest of the people first. Personally, for me, I don't have no problem with people getting good pay. If you do good job, you must get good pay. If you're not doing good job, then of course you're not going to get good pay. It's just like someone working to the United States, right? I'm working for a ministry. I need to go to work to work at State Department because in the first place I'm not citizen. Maybe I could find a job there because I already had a bachelor's degree before I entered this country. However, I want to work for McDonald's to survive. So I got McDonald's pay. When I graduated from McDonald's pay and went to another company, I got that pay based on the contribution, my work level. Even at the level of United Nations, even this country. Some people work for Amazon, for example, like the guy I listen to on the weekend. Entry level will always pay you entry level pay. Middle level manager, you will get middle level management pay. Top level managers will get top level management pay. That is how it is. But we can use just the maritime program alone. Just the maritime people. People getting master degree this 21st century. People getting master degree just in 16 months or less. When we talk this thing, people say, oh, language required for those ships, this and that. Yeah, that's true. But what do you think we cannot train our people? Especially our young people. It is all about incompetency, dishonesty part of it, and lack of efficiency and effectiveness in our governance space. Just maritime program alone, look it up. It is vibrant. And it is sustainable. It's been like that for 72 years straight. Since the program started. For 72 years. It's been like that. It has never depreciated. It has only been going up, up, up. We go. But you get a finance minister in our country right now that the president will call and say, hey, Kefa San on Spunto is not doing well. You need to call in. And the finance minister call in. United States government giving us free money, and they can't even get that money, my people. For God in heaven's sake. They can't pass money here. There's Millionaire Corporation something. America said we'll give you 250,000 every year that you pass the school. And the number one is good governance. Human rights. And you name it. Since this Joe Wheeler government came, Minister of Finance, D12, they are not passed it. You know how much billionaire we already lost as a result of that for 5 years? Sponsor people asked Samuel Toy, Minister of Finance, simple question that anybody can answer. He could not even answer it. Mr. Minister, Attorney Mara Yakura asked that man consistently up to the time he left that phone, but he was talking about triviality. The question that's supposed to benefit the Liberian people, he never answered it. Mr. Minister, you've been in power for 5 years. Have you passed this compact test since you came to power? He never answered that question. All he said that we pass it this year. That's not the question. This year ain't come yet. Have you passed it since you became government? He can't say no. He can't say yes. Hey God, how are we going to make Liberia a prosperity country when majority of the people don't have work to do? Those are finishing high school, those are finishing with university, they don't even have job to do. Those police officers that are working for government at the level of the police, Minister of Justice, they don't even get good pay. How can it be raining? Other citizens are taking opportunity of the rainfall in our country and going to other people's windows. And like I said the last time, they don't have job because they don't have employment opportunity. They don't have money to feed their family. So they have to go to other people's windows because most people maximum sleep when it is raining. So the criminals, those unemployed citizens of Liberia, they already know that. They already know that. And that's why they do it. That's why they do it. What about road construction, for example? We can put a lot of people over there if we're doing it right. If we are not awarding the contract to these companies and going after the money in the night. Kickbacks. We can put a lot of people to work there. Before we can ask other people to come and help, or let us start helping ourselves based on our own meager resources. Road construction in any country you think about, including the United States. They hire people a lot because they pay more. It's a physical work. And people don't necessarily have to be college graduate before they can do road work. Because there are so many unskilled jobs that these people can just do and be able to get paid. Majority of the population have become a beggar in our country. Somebody in nice nature Jeremy, my body and I goes to lunch on the boulevard there. Now you know when you go to Liberia, I don't care how you disguise yourself, people still get to know where you come from. They already know that. They already making that calculation. This gentleman stood somewhere and waited patiently. My body and I got through eating. He went to the bathroom. Now he had the opportunity to talk to me and say, Chief, you see my photo? I say, yeah, I actually got some kind of interview to go to, but I didn't even get money to pay my way. And you know how many of those kind of people we got on the street in Liberia? They are literally begging. They ain't got no interview they're going to. They want you to get them 150, 200 Liberian dollar, and they keep going. And at the end of the day, they're able to get food to eat and their family to eat. In addition to those children, those other citizens sitting on the street between those commercial vehicles and private vehicles. It is sad, my people. I'm not even going to hospitality. The government need to carry on some investment to get the private sector stronger. That's what the government does here in America. And the government must be in the business, even if they can have a second party to empower them. For example, Philadelphia got public transportation for the airport. Not only for the airport, in fact. So Eastern Pennsylvania got a public transportation they call SEPTA. SEPTA is not managed by the government. It's managed by Mass Transit. Mass Transit is a local transportation company in Pennsylvania. They manage those buses. Every 5-7 minutes, there's a bus that coming to stop at the bus stop, whether somebody there or not. What I do is it creates mass employment for the people, and that's the reasons why you can come from Liberia, how you came here, how you did not come, whether you went to school before, whether you didn't go to school, whether you can read, whether you can't read, whether you can do anything, you can't do anything, they still have a spot for you. America still have a spot for you. And the government did not stop there. The government also go further to say, you know what? Any job that anybody do in America, the minimum salary you can offer per hour, or the minimum wage you can offer for anybody or to anybody that work for you per hour is $7.25. So you don't need to know book before you can work in America. No, you don't need to know book. Even though knowing book will be better for you. Whether you can read, you can't read. You know Bogo, you now know Bogo. As long you got the ability to take one object from point A to point B, you get paid for that. And the minimum the government, that private sector, that company can pay $7.25. That everyday job. And everybody get that. If you finish high school, you get college degree, like some of us, you go up. And guess what? I live in North Dakota. Absolutely, I'm speaking from experience. There is no company in North Dakota that pays $7.25 right now because of supply and demand. North Dakota is a rural state. Population under 1 million. But the development in the number 3 city, Grand Forks, the development in Grand Forks, the organization by the city government, the city council, and the city mayor, you can't even find it in the whole Republic of Liberia. You can't find it. In real time, I'm telling you, I born and raised in our country. I was in Lofa County few months ago. So we need to create mass employment for our people. Let us come up with minimum wage. Like we already did 2015, I brought out stuff. I met with the labor minister to give it to me. Even that, the government is not even following that. People need employment. The only way you, Mr. Government, will make more money in terms of taxes, in terms of income tax and all the other taxes, you have to create mass employment for the people. The Minister of Finance cannot even answer yes or no question. Yes or no, Mr. Minister, have your government passed their test? America is supposed to give over $200 million. Every time you pass that test, they have never passed that test since their government came to power. But all they are involved in is the gigantic political talk shows, political talking point, acting vendetta, like they are on top of the game. It is their time, and Liberian people don't have no time. We are losing money from the U.S. because we're not passing the test. And the people we surrender our political rights to manage our affairs, they are not taking us serious. And that's why we come on this platform and other platforms to let our people know October 10, that wonderful Tuesday, October 10, 2023, we need to get out of our closet to go to the pool and vote George Weah and Cartels out because they are incompetent people, they are self-centered people, they are autocratic government. We need to get them out. We need to give it to Joseph Boakai, some of us. Those of you that don't believe in Joseph Boakai, you can give it to Cummings. Those of you that don't believe in Cummings, you can give it to Tewan Gongoro. But you know why? All the people I just named, we don't know them yet in terms of political power. We already know George Weah and his cartel members. We know who they are. They are a bunch of public looters. So we need to remove them at the ballot box. So we cannot do anything at this point. And we are waiting for that wonderful Tuesday. That wonderful Tuesday the Constitution talk about. On October 10, 2023, we need to register to vote. And get out in our majority that wonderful money and get these people out. Or else, our trouble going to increase. This is the first time in my entire adult life that I see a first-time government that's supposed to use what they did for their first time to ask the Liberian people, the voters, to re-vote them, and they are looting at this level. When these people don't have any more opportunity based on our constitution, you think what they will do? You have no space. You will have no space. So we should make it our fundamental business, our fundamental responsibility, our fundamental concern, our fundamental well-being to register to vote and get out in our majority on that wonderful Tuesday, October 10, 2023. Vote George Weah and his cartel members out and usher in new officers of our government. That's what we need to do. The second thing I want to talk about under national issues based on my own definition is the issue of insecurity. My people, myself, I stopped my project. I stopped it. You all heard what the Reverend just said to us, right? That criminal entered his construction site and took away construction tools, cement, and others. You hear that? So the government say we in America and other part of America, we Liberians outside of Liberia are the one causing trouble for them. But we not causing no trouble for them. They're causing trouble for themselves. My people, even the young baby will not look at the fire and put their finger there. Self-preservation. If the government cannot provide security, if the government cannot take security seriously and human rights issues, and they cannot take those things seriously, as ordinary as I am, and other ordinary Liberians outside of Liberia that have intention to go to Liberia with some sort of investment, they're not going to be happy to do it. And then we're not talking about multilateral international organizations. How are you going to get companies that come to do business with you? Number one, you are corrupt. You want to give you kickback. You want to bribe you before you can even sit down to talk with them. Number two, your physical environment is not protected. Even ATMs are those local banks that got private security with Bantu mind or ATM. So the police not even doing their job. You can't easily find the police. You cannot easily access the police if you are not a big person in Liberia. You got to call them on cell phone. Cell phone, you got to get somebody's number. Forget about the military. Let them stay right in their closet. What kind of country is that? Politically, the environment is not cool. Economically, the environment is not cool. Socially, the environment is not cool. Security-wise, it is worse. How can you have a city, Monrovia, people going home before 6 p.m. and nobody told them to go home? Nobody forced them to go home, but they have to go home because of the consistent pressing situation. You know how many convoy the guy in Liberia now? The president got convoy, that is constitutional. The vice president has convoy, that is also constitutional. I think the speaker, I'm not too sure. But Natana Magay got his own convoy. The defense minister got his own convoy. The finance minister got convoy. Jefferson Koji got convoy. All of them got convoy. The serene in Liberia right now, it is massive. Even when you leave from America here, you get nice car, you go to Liberia, just go to the Chinese people and buy your serene and put them on. You be man. That's it. That's the LRB right there. Why may Peace Corps to leave our country? Because of insecurity. Vojama don't even have a bank. Because people vandalize, criminal vandalize EcoBank that were there. So they get out. So who has the primary responsibility to provide physical security for our well-being in our country? The citizens and non-citizens. The answer is the government. But every single sedition you see in Liberia that has small power, including Akara's Gray, they got security protection. Physical security protection. That's why Yeke Kolba said he got his finished training his own security people, and they are manning him everywhere he goes. And the government got no guts to even say anything to him. So we're not going to get investors. The major let it go. As long as the physical condition in our country remains as it is, we're not going to get it. We're not going to get it. Let them continue to steal. We ask America to impose more sanctions. And my people, they issue an election, you might not take it lightly, because George Weah is very much determined to stay in power, to succeed himself. It's not a joke. The political philosophers say power is corrupt and absolute power is absolutely corrupt. Especially you have a president that don't really work and get paid and get all this kind of protection and get all the kind of immunities. You sit down there and say we'll give it to you free. You'll get Joe Weah and they're going to steal it. And we should not allow it. You got folks inside the CDC, including Akaras Gray and the rest of the guys, that refer to their government agenda, their government policy as being pro-poor. But do you really see them do anything they call pro-poor? Pro-poor is doing everything, all the good stuff for the people, not for your selfish gain. But that same group of people, you see what they do. Akaras Gray take a girlfriend, go to Paris, France to get married. That pro-poor right there. He left for you. Just we are convert got $500,000 bulletproof vehicle. And a lot of them. And the fundamental reasons why these people do this thing, including the speakers, the deputy speaker, the Senate pro tempore, and all of them, is because they know the society, what they have created. The ugly policies by actions. And their own actions make them to feel insecure. That's how they do it. Like I said the last time, your best security is your immediate environment. And those are there. As long as these people continue to treat Liberian people ugly and take bulk of the country resources and go to their home, and other people can't even take that just pay. And Tim Pompous got to put himself at blessed. The other guy got to go under the car, under the speaker car, that the car will not go until they get paid. Hey, my God. That's the country we're talking about. I talked about U.S. Embassy the last time, right? In addition to a reasonable pay that U.S. Embassy offered to domestic workers, they also got a program they call Indo-Tenure Loan Service Program. If you work for the U.S. Embassy for 25, 27 years, they can change your location. You can come and live in America free. They give you a green card and eventually you get a citizenship. That's not information I need to look for. I know I already give it to you. So we are advocating for United States to get VOA back to that place. Because our government not able to give a job. Because they're stealing. They got no charisma to develop jobs. Labor Ministry asking employees that have been fired illegally to give them money to pursue their case with those Lebanese and Indian boys. So my people, that is why it is. If you want to call. If you don't want to call, you fine. Those two areas this morning, I defined it in my own way. I consider them to be national issues. Unemployment and insecurity. Insecurity. But before I leave, other people join or not too long. Let me just recognize them, folks. I beg you please share the show. You please share the show, folks. I beg you, please share the show. I want to recognize our lawyer follower, Justin Man. Justin Man, you are welcome on board. Kevin Gibson, Zizi Boy, you are welcome from Republic of Liberia. Thank you for joining us. Please share the show. Please share the show. All right. And who else we got here? Bajibo Freeman, welcome. He said we are sitting here in America, lies to the people in Liberia. Okay, if you consider to be lie, it is on you. Live with it, but welcome on board. We are grateful that you are here in the first place, saying we are lying and you're listening to the lies. We are grateful for that. So, folks, it is the way it is, though. It is the way it is. Before I leave you this morning, I got a small quotation here from Heron 4. You know, we got 4 Vigo in America, right? But that's from, I think, Rubin 4, if I'm not mistaken. Unquote. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Get confident being uncertain. Don't give up just because something is hard. Pushing through challenges is what makes you grow. Like brand people, you're listening, or no, you should just join. Oh, thank you, my brother. He said, in the journey of life, we pass pleasures and pain. There will be sunshine and rain. There will be loss and gain. But we must learn to smile again and again. That's a quotation for the day from Heron 4. So, my people, we the people, we will not stop because this situation in Liberia, it is hard. We will not stop. We will keep pushing. We will continue to be comfortable being uncomfortable. If I tell you how many people call me every single day, and if I tell you how many people call me even before I travel to Liberia, that be comfortable being uncomfortable. And being confident being uncertain. You don't really know what will happen to you in our environment. Especially those are off here talking the way we're talking. But we are confident being uncertain. And when we go there, we manage our terrain well. In addition to what we tell our God to provide for us. We manage our terrain. But we have to talk because we too, we are Liberians. We are Liberians. And nobody owns our country more than another person. It is just a matter of opportunity that the voters gave to George Weah and his cartel members. I think the majority of the young people made George Weah president. They did it in good faith. And they shouldn't be, and the country should not be abused because of that. I listen to George Solomon Spunto and the rest of the guys. That somebody said, if you cannot even reconcile with your own buddies, with your own friends, your all good day friends, God for those that even created the platform to get you to where you are. If you cannot even reconcile with them, how can you do better for Mama Liberia? That's the question the person asked. A spoon talk. And I believe it. So those of us that challenges try to go through this conversation through advocacies, they got problem with us too. But you think we don't know they got problem with us? We know they got problem with us, but they can't do nothing to us. Because we're saying the truth. And the Bible says the truth shall set you free. That's what the Bible says. They can't do nothing to us. We are already being comfortable and confident, being uncertain. Because we are not sedition. We are Liberians. So you don't want to get up. We will continue to push through our challenges until we can get it fixed or minimized so that we can smile again as a country, as a people. One nation, indivisible, under God, right? No, we probably not under God. The America under God. I don't know what thing we under. It's supposed to be liberty and justice for all. However, that liberty and justice only for certain people. And certain people that are out because of their political power. It is interesting. So let me do my commercial one more time and I'll get out of here and get on my white man clock. Okay. Kangoma Multi Services, Consulting, Immigration and Financial Services. You want to file for your parents? You want to do U.S. citizenship? And you've been on green card here in America for 5 years? You want to do affidavit or support because somebody want DV? And you want to sponsor them, but you don't know how to do it. Maybe you want to check on the status of your case with USCIS. You want to file for your loved one on the I-130. Maybe your children, maybe your parents, maybe your wife or your husband if you are married. You want to invite somebody to come visit you in the U.S. Maybe you want to do fiancé visa under the K1, K2 visa program. Or maybe you just want to you want to find out about some financial services, including mortgage, including life and auto insurance. Maybe you want to do something about, college planning program for your children, where you can put some more money aside and the company match it for you. Until they hit 19 or 18 based on American standards, they graduate from high school, they go to college. Maybe you want to do that. Or maybe you just want to find out about, something that you cannot figure it out. We also provide and offer free professional phone consultation up to 15 minutes. Just to provide you guidance to decide where you want to go. You don't have to really give it to us. You can actually go to different person. Maybe you can go to a law firm, or maybe you can go to an investment firm. But we already got everything inside our package. The number to call us are 267-648-8012. 267-648-8012. 701-330-4693. 701-330-4693. If you are interested in any of these things that I just talked about, just give us a call. If you did not get the number, you can go back to the show and listen. And beside that, all the information actually posted on our webpage on Facebook and YouTube. Again, please don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Liberia Today Media, and on YouTube, Liberia Today Media. Please subscribe to our channel. Once you do that, you are helping us so that we can help majority of our people that want to listen to us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Liberia Today Media on YouTube, and follow us on Facebook, Liberia Today Media. So when we come on, you get automatic notification. Alright? So today, before I go, let me see whether I can entertain you with one more gospel song, and then we call it a day. If I can get this gospel song, if I can get it, if I can't, then I will let it go. Oh man, come on, man. Where is it? Should it be any Liberian song? Or it has to be gospel song? Okay, let's go with our sister Kevin Adams. Okay, Liberia is on the horizon. Let's go with that and see. Yeah, after that, I just tell you thank you, and then we call it a day, okay? Let's go with this.
We will all prevail. We will all prevail. We will all prevail. Oh, hallelujah, hallelujah. Every word is gone. You say once again become the light. You say once again become the light of Africa. You say once again become the light. You say once again become the light of Africa. You say the fruit of your land, the fruit of your land, the fruit of your land. Hey, you say the fruit of your land, the fruit of your land, the fruit of your land. Hey, and never will you be strong as young, strong as young, strong as young. Oh, hell, I be a hum, time is now. Alright, love you, alright, alright, your time is now. I will you, love you, I will you, oh, I will you, love you, I'm all I will you. I will you, love you, I will you, oh, love you, I'm all I will you. We are not right, but hell, I be a hum. But let's go be a best God says you are on the rise. If only we shall hearken to his command. It is then that we shall rise, we shall pursue, we shall overtake, and we shall conquer all of our adversaries, and we shall shout at last, the Lord star forever, the Lord star forever. Our land may flow, our land and our sea. Desert it, Lord, never uphold it forever. And shout for the Lord star. Oh, hell, be a but let's go be a best oh, hell, be you say once again, you say once again, of Africa. You say once again, you say once again, of Africa. You say and never
Liberia is on the rise, son. You're here, friend, our sister, my people. You thank you plenty for coming, my people. Oh my God, thank you. We all are doing a fabulous job. All right, we need to be comfortable. We need to be comfortable or get comfortable being uncomfortable. We need to do that. Ugly soul or ugly diagnosis require ugly medication. Liberia problem, we need a survey based on truth. And hard decisions we need to take it to better our country. There are so many resources, there are so many opportunities in Liberia. As ordinary as I am, I know some of them that we can tap into to change the story, to turn the corner around. I only talk about maritime sector and construction job, because we got a lot of road construction projects. What about water and civil? What about LEC? Imagine government could just win the MCC scorecard, and that money coming from American government is not credit, it's not nothing. They're giving it to us free. But we need to follow what they want, because they are big brother, they are global power. When they give you money, before they will give it, they say, we want the people to benefit. America's interest is the people. The ordinary people must benefit. You got to live well. You got to have a better, transparent, and open-minded governance space. That's part of it. Human rights. You can't be beating students using your surrogate to beat students almost to death. You think you're going to pass that MCC scorecard? You're not going to pass it. That is something to say that we pass it. They say they're not going to pass it. Trust me. They're not going to pass it. If they pass it, maybe Jesus Christ will have to intervene. Look at what I said, for example. Look at LEC. If you just do small investment into those sectors, look, you will get people working in real time and paying taxes to the government before Liberia get back to where it used to be, or even more than where it used to be. Like the standard of Ghana, majority of Liberians will be middle class. They will be middle class citizens. How many Liberians want to live outside of Liberia and they can do better in their own country, and you think we want to be here? No. How can country come from war for almost 19 years and we even get clean water to drink? We even get stable current in the city, Morovia, and we even get security. There's so many opportunities. The government just need to plug in small investment. Small investment will just pick up. Some of these companies, some of these private institutions that we establish to generate revenue for all, if they're not working, they're not functioning well, we will not make money. We will not make money. LEC, water and sewer, public works, in the Forestry Development Authority, and you name it. A lot. A lot. So my people, we want to tell God thank you for guiding our steps day in, day out. And we also want to say thank you plenty for coming. Those of you who are under my voice right now, and those of you that will come later on. We had a little bit of technical adjustment this morning based on our subscription, but we took care of business anyway. So, like I said, it is because of you we come here. Because when we don't come, we feel guilty that you will be expecting us and you don't see us. Like I said earlier, my buddy, Mr. Kamara Ibi, you call him, he will be here by the grace of God this evening. He already left Paris and he's on his way in the air. So wishing good luck, and we also wishing safe trip. And I want you to also join me to wishing safe trip. He already picked up so that he can stay up there and land safely in Minnesota this evening. So by the grace of God, once he touch base today, maybe tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow, he will be on the show with me. But I want to tell you, thank you so much for giving me the reasons to be here every morning, for motivating me, for encouraging me, with these those critical questions that you ask, those interchanges, all in an effort to make our country a better place. Thank you. This wonderful Monday, thank you plenty, and I want to wish you and your family safe day and wonderful, wonderful start of the week. Bye. I see you when I see you. Peace.